Hello, welcome. Today I'll be filming an introduction vlog for you. From now on, in some videos, I'll first appear on camera myself before moving on to the main content. At the same time, I'll also have videos shot directly in front of the camera. So today, together with you, it's an introduction vlog. What are we doing? What are we up to? Why am I here? Why am I filming? What's my purpose? What's my intention? Well, I'll talk about those, I'll explain. We'll chat a bit. So this will be both an introduction and a chat log. Of course, we're in the car. Work, life, the car. So that's why while heading to work in the car, I'll both introduce myself to you, and by talking a little about myself, but mostly about my intentions and thoughts, we'll do a short introduction vlog. So now, let me slowly get on the road. I don't want to be late for work either. As you can see, it's -4 degrees right now. I'm driving along with a light layer of ice on the road. So today is a cold, really cold day in Germany, a cold morning. As I mentioned, the reason I'm filming this video with you is just that. So, what's the first goal? I mean, my face will be visible from now on. Before that happens, I wanted to talk to you directly, one-on-one, explain a bit. So, first of all, I want to thank everyone who watches, everyone who comments. Thank you so much. Seeing those, reading them, especially when we're doing this social media work, is really, really important. And before I go on, I want to thank you once again. But before that, let's say Kean Akıncı. Let's say I'm Kean Akıncı. Actually, that's enough. Because the purpose of this YouTube channel isn't me. It's not about what I think here. And honestly, who I was in my previous or current life isn't really all that important either. As you can see, Kean is just like this. But when we ask what the Kean Akıncı YouTube channel is, or why it exists, the first thing that comes to mind, well, I haven't prepared any script. I wanted to speak directly in a very sincere way. I really love driving cars and talking about cars. In fact, it's right at the top of the things I enjoy most in life. Well, let's say it's among the top things. So, when we move a bit beyond things related to people, cars come to mind. That's why, as I said, I love everything about driving cars. That's why anything related to cars or traffic, because I believe in this. A car is not just a vehicle, an object, or an inanimate thing. Cars have a soul. They have a soul, a story to tell, an intention, almost as if they were a person. Even if every car is the same model, I believe that each one is different from another of the same model because their experiences are different. As soon as they roll off the assembly line, life takes them to very different places. Every single car, everything each car goes through is completely unique. That's why each car has something to tell us. That car also has a soul. I really love listening to them, to the feelings they give me, to what they tell me. For example, we drove a Clio in Istanbul traffic. What is the Clio telling me? But that Clio isn't just any Clio. It's the car my mom used, one that didn't go far, only used within the city. It tells me when I get in, it says, come on, Khan, step on it, son. It says, give it a little, come on, give it. It's like, let me finally go somewhere. For example, that car had a 1.0 turbo engine because it was turbocharged, for example. But since this car is a 1.0 naturally aspirated, no matter who drives it, they wouldn't say, let's go. They'd say, just drop me off, man. So we drove my dad's car, the Kangoo, in Istanbul. That one was a bit more like, yeah, let's go, but don't push it too much. Let's not swerve around. Anyway, my dad drives me crazy. But my dad also gives it his all. He does it justice. He already does. He says something like, just ease up on me a bit. Let's go. This car is like that. So, just like people, every car can be divided into two categories. Male and female. Some cars are feminine. Some cars are masculine. For example, whenever I think about it, the Nissan Micra, especially the old models, no, that car is totally a woman. It feels so sweet, delicate, small and compact, just like a woman. But an M4, that's one of my absolute favorite cars. It's one of the cars I aspire to own. Because calling an M4 a woman would be unfair. It would be a huge injustice. I mean, the M4 is a bro. The M4 is your buddy. The M4 is a real man. Like, come on, man. Let's floor it. Let's go, bro. We'll do it. We'll turn back from here. That's the vibe. You know, like, we drifted on both sides and all that because the M4 is masculine. So, just like that, I'm using this YouTube video as a stepping stone. For example, now we're gonna go to our workplace. We're heading to work. And on my way to work, I drive about 70 kilometers. Maybe 40 kilometers of that is on the highway. So I set off from here. I've always been involved with cars, you know. Humbly speaking, I've been into it since I was very, very young. Well, let's not mention my age now. I grew up always being interested in cars from a very young age. So it's like that along with it. Actually, the main goal is this: to do good. There's a saying I really like: goodness is good. We're trying to be good people. That comes before everything else. So regardless of how I drive or this or that, or how well I drive in traffic, separate from all that, good person is someone who is respectful, well-mannered, and just a good person. That's what I try to be, and also to do good now. For example, there are some differences between traffic in Istanbul and traffic in Germany. Now, if someone who has just come to Germany from Turkey, if they watch these videos of mine and learn even a tiny thing, that would be amazing for me. That would make me very happy. And that's really the purpose of this channel, period. Otherwise, I also really enjoy doing this. I especially like the engine startup sessions in my own videos. What can I do? We'll get to that topic as well. We'll also get to the engine startup session. We'll cover every topic because on this YouTube channel there will be car reviews. There's Istanbul traffic. There are solutions for Istanbul traffic. Later, videos will show how to drive from a POV. There will be an engine startup, at least a video on how to drive more swiftly, more efficiently. Everything about cars will be here. A review of this car will also be coming. There will also be a video where we review just the feel of this car from a POV perspective. And after this, there will be many cars. Well, for me, as long as it has 4 wheels, even a truck is fine, as long as it's a vehicle with 4 wheels that moves. I'm okay with 2 wheels as well. I also have a motorcycle license, well, in Turkey, not in Germany, so I have that too. At the same time, in traffic, traffic is like an organism, really well, not a microorganism, but a living organism. Traffic really does have its own language. I've driven in Italy and France. I've driven in Switzerland as well. Each traffic, of course, if you don't really pay attention, you might not notice this. Each traffic system has its own things to tell. That's also something alive, actually. So when you go to France, it tells you something different. When you go to Germany, it's different. When you come to Istanbul, it kind of curses at you. It says, why did you come here, man? Isn't there already enough? But then it says, well, whatever. Fine, I still have space. At some point, there's room for you too, it says. I really love experiencing that as well. I also really enjoy talking about traffic. Humbly, I might be right or wrong. I try to reflect what I believe is right. Or at least, as I said, I try to teach at some point there as well. Because for beginners, sorry, we're about to overtake, but overtaking in German traffic is an intention. And with this car, it's a really big intention. Like, should I overtake first psychologically? You have to just say okay and go. So I also really enjoyed giving advice to beginners. And in the future, advanced driving techniques. Not just for beginners or for those who are new to driving and so on. Like, I'll be covering those topics as well. Every aspect involving the car, the vehicle, traffic, driving, being a driver, like how do you drive when it snows? Of course, I'm not a professional or a certified instructor, but my goal is to explain things from my own perspective based on how I see it. So this is my vision. Vision, well, if you ask what I'm doing right now, why I'm doing it, the answer is that I really enjoy this. I love explaining things, and I also love driving. I love everything about cars. As you can see, I'm not driving a 200 horsepower car, though I wish I was sometimes, but I'm not. Let's not say the very bottom when it comes to cars, because I used to have a 2001 model Opel Corsa. That was one of those cars that was really at the lower end. It had like 50 horsepower, max 100, 110. Now, for example, I can easily go 100, thankfully, but it's not like I'm going super fast. or that it feels amazing, or that it's packed with high-tech features. It's just that a car is a car, you know, what a beautiful son. It's like how you love a person for being a person. They don't have to be very beautiful. They don't have to be amazing. But you love people because they're people. So of course you like some people more and some less. It's that kind of feeling. So we're gonna start from the question of what is a car? What are cars? My vision is to test each car, understand what it tells me, what it makes me feel, and try to convey that to you. Hopefully one day we'll drive a Bugatti. Of course, a Bugatti deserves some proper German traffic. When I get to drive it on German roads, on the Autobahn, with no speed limits, and really push it, then I can say, ah, this is how this car makes me feel. This is what it tells me. This is what it says. That's when my vision comes to life. And there's another thing I really love about the automotive world. And driving. Driving never ends. Even if you think I'm the best driver, I've been driving for 35 years, I drive so many kilometers every day, there's still always something new to learn. It never ends. Learning is actually just like life. There's always something new to learn every day, it never stops. Cars are the same way. The automotive industry is like that too. Every day, every month, every year, new things, new technologies. They're more powerful, more efficient, more economical. A whole bunch of cars with different personalities, each saying something unique, are coming out. New brands are emerging, old brands are releasing new things, and so on. And that's really great too. It's an ever evolving field, an ever evolving subject. It's an amazing conversation, really enjoyable. That's what vision is all about, really.